Footprints instead of fingerprints. Might sound like something out of CSI, but an Indiana doctor is also a crime fighter.
He's on the cutting edge of tracking criminals. Medical reporter Margaret Shortridge looks at his work in one of his most famous cases.
DNA, fibers, fingerprints, they're just some of the ways that police catch criminals. But what's often overlooked the most is evidence that you could literally be standing on. Footprints.
Footprint can have ridge detail just like a fingerprint can, but it can have so much more too. You can actually tell sometimes, depending on the person, if they walk with a limp and different things like that as well.
You could say Dr. Michael Nierenberg is knee-deep in the newest crime scene science. Based in Crown Point, Indiana, he's one of 10 forensic podiatrists in the United States.
You can identify a person from their shoe by itself, from their footprint, from their foot. People have been completely convicted based on shoe print and footprint evidence.
That's right. The newest arm of the law is looking at your feet. The way Dr. Nierenberg works is something that you would see on the set of CSI. Using fiber optic cameras, casts, and state-of-the-art equipment, he not only can tell you the exact height of a suspect.
If there's a crime, you can basically very quickly tell an investigating officer, okay, this guy is between 6 and 6.5 feet tall.
He can detect subtle characteristics in the impression of a footprint, which could prove if a person is innocent or guilty.
And like right over here, right under the great toe, the big toe of the foot, you see there's a depression and an erosion. So this is something very unique to this individual.
One of Dr. Nierenberg's most famous cases was solving a double homicide in Idaho. By studying the shoes that the suspect wore in jail, he was able to show they matched the same type of footprints left at the scene.
The way you wear one pair of shoes a lot of times will carry over to your other shoes. And you can make correlations. You can see the same kind of wear pattern.
It can definitely make or break our case.
Officer Corey Hanrahan, a CSI investigator in Hobart, Indiana, knows without forensic podiatry, one of the suspects in a gruesome triple murder case may never have been convicted. But technology proved that the suspect's shoes identically matched those at the scene.
It's footwear impression evidence where you can compare the details of the shoe pattern, the overall tread design, and class characteristics.
That same fancy footwork first gained national recognition in the O.J. Simpson civil trial. Bloody imprints of Simpson's Bruno Magli shoes were one of the reasons that the former football star was found liable.
I've always tried to preach that you can't float through the crime scene. You have to walk through there somehow or somewhere. There's going to be something there for people to find if they know what they're looking for.
Dr. Nierenberg definitely knows what he's looking for, because if the shoe fits...
This is a way we can start catching a lot of people.
Dr. Nierenberg says that his forensic skills are used in mass disasters like plane or boat crashes, but he admits that the Achilles heel of the science is that it's hard to get a good, consistent impression in the snow. Margaret Shortridge, Fox News, Chicago.